fresh. Win $1,000. Watch News Channel 5 at 10 tonight.
Good evening, I'm Bob Schieffer in New Orleans. It is Fat Tuesday, the last day of Mardi Gras, and this city is celebrating in a big way. A reunion, the mayor calls it, of those left homeless by the hurricane as New Orleans fights its way back. So we'll start right here tonight as we also cover these stories.
I'm Kimberly Dozier. A suicide bombing spree adds to an already grim death toll after a week of religious violence.
Why Americans are coming to India to chase the American dream. I'm Lara Logan in Bangalore.
This is the CBS Evening News with Bob Schieffer reporting tonight from Jackson Square in New Orleans.
And behind us in the square back there is a statue of General Andrew Jackson, the hero of New Orleans, a symbol of this city's victory over the British in the War of 1812. And all around us tonight are the sounds and the incredible sights of Mardi Gras, which this year is a symbol of another battle this city is fighting to recover from Hurricane Katrina. Even here, some people didn't believe there would be a Mardi Gras celebration this year. Some thought there shouldn't be one. But so many others said there had to be one to show the world that New Orleans is determined to come back. Byron Pitts begins tonight's coverage of Katrina plus 6 months.
Their parties go all night, their preparation takes all morning. For many in New Orleans, there could be no Mardi Gras, yet there was no Zulu parade, especially this year.
We were heartbroken that our city was going to be gone, and this shows us that it's not.
Zulu is not important to me because it's black. I mean, Zulu is important to me because it's cool.
They've been cool for 90 years. The Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club in their blackface and grass skirts was the city's first all-black crew, and over the decades helped turn a local society event into an international party. Hurricane Katrina hit their club harder than any other in New Orleans. Many of its members lived in the lower Ninth Ward. 10 club members were killed. 80% lost their homes. Some thought this year's parade should have been canceled, but the Zulus needed Mardi Gras, and New Orleans needed them.
Was there ever a moment where you guys thought, okay, maybe it's time to move on, it's time to go someplace else?
No.
Not once, not even?
No.
Zulu members Clarence Bricknell, Cornelius Garner, and Andrew Pete Sanchez all lost their homes and their jobs. They all took part in today's parade.
This is our culture, and Mardi Gras is a part of our lives. No, it's not easy in the aftermath of Katrina. There's a lot of work to be done, but we feel at this point, what better way to bring New Orleans back than with Mardi Gras. The water here was at least 22 feet.
22 feet?
Yeah.
Pete Sanchez already gutted his house. He grew up in the lower Ninth Ward. He won't leave.
In the midst of all this, how are people willing to juke and jive and party for Mardi Gras when this is life in New Orleans?
Well, when you talk about our neighborhoods, it is extremely a challenge. You know, it's hard to say we want to rebuild our homes and then in the next breath we're going down the street in the name of a Mardi Gras parade.
Hurricane Katrina changed New Orleans, but for our people, those who remain like the Zulus, it's in their blood.
You can have a million hurricanes, doesn't matter. If I got the will and the spirit to stay here, that's where I'm going to be. This is my home.
So Mardi Gras ends tonight at midnight. For many here, this wasn't simply a party. It was an 8-day therapy session. Well, Bob, it's back to reality in the morning.
Well, I want to ask you about that, Byron. I mean, you were here when there was deep water on all these streets, and now you're here tonight on Fat Tuesday. What are your thoughts about it?
Bob, I think the spirit of these people is just inspiring. I saw a woman today at the Zulu Parade who I met 6 months ago outside the convention center. Her grandmother had just died in her arms. Her body left her right on the street for 2 days. Today she was smiling and quoting scripture. She says it's morning in New Orleans, so people are optimistic about the future. But don't be fooled. It's all uphill.
All right. Thank you very much, Byron. You know, I got my own little example of the determination of the people of New Orleans just this morning. We had gone to the lower Ninth Ward, the area that was literally washed away when a levee broke. That's when we saw a small group in costume hard by a pile driver repairing that level.
Well, right now, we come back home and show that you can't take us out of our hood.
This is where you live?
This is where I live. My house is gone in the back. My gang representing what happened from Katrina.
Where are you living now?
Well, right now I'm in Kenton. A lot of other people are in Houston, and I mean, we're spread all over.
I'm in Fresno.
They had no jobs, but they'd driven all the way from Texas back to their old neighborhood. They're members of the Red Hawk Mardi Gras crew, and this is what they've done on Fat Tuesday for generations.
On Mardi Gras morning, we do a thing called Indian Raid. I mean, we couldn't go do it anywhere else but where we're from, you know?
Yeah. So you came back down here even though there's no houses here, there's nothing here.
Nothing. We still came back.
See, I traveled some miles just to come back home.
And so, to the beat of that pile driver, they danced again. And they told us they'll dance next year, too. And the next. I had come to the Ninth Ward to interview Dr. Norman Francis, president of Xavier University and co-chair of the Louisiana Recovery Authority. Dr. Francis, we just saw an extraordinary sight over there. 4 guys from Houston, one of the Indian crew, drove all the way here from Houston back to their old neighborhood, just so they could be a part of this.
It probably expresses the strong feelings that people from New Orleans have about Mardi Gras. It's such a social and a cultural part of the city. I said to people, it's like eating red beans and rice on Monday.
These fellows were just determined to be here.
And they're going to be back, and we want them back. And I think that's part of what the challenge is for New Orleans, is to let everybody who wants to come back home come back home.
Well, I tell you, as I drove through here yesterday, and as I look around, I just have to ask, where do you start?
Well, it's like anything else. One day at a time. And many people would say, well, why is it taking so long? And my only question is not crass. I say, well, compared to what? There are people who are displaced now who'd be happy to come back, but to come back to what? They've got to have a place to stay, they've got to have a place to educate their youngsters, and they've got to have a place to live in an environment you're going to have city services. But it's going to take a little longer than most people thought it was going to take, because this was devastation.
Doctor, you know, in the immediate wake of Katrina, people said it would set off a debate about poverty, a debate about race, a debate about a lot of things. And that all seems to have just sort of gone away. What happened?
Well, I don't think people fully understood what happened to New Orleans. And whether they did or did not, we should have had that debate anyway, because the problems we're having in New Orleans were all the problems of the quality of life issues, education, employment, housing, and the like. Katrina exacerbated it.
Do you think we're ready for the next one yet?
Not yet. Not yet. And now let's start picking up the pieces, because we got a lot of pieces to pick up and a lot of things to do.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
And preparing for that next one could not be more urgent. Hurricane season begins just 3 months from tomorrow. Now to Iraq, where another 60 people have been killed, including 1 American soldier. The Washington Post reports more than 1,300 Iraqis have now died since last week's attack on a major Shiite shrine. Here is Kimberly Dozier.
So much for the pause in violence. Car bombs and suspected mortar fire hit a number of Shiite targets, including 2 mosques today in Baghdad. And a suicide bomber blew himself up next to a fuel station. 9 Sunnis were found executed, and 2 of their mosques were bombed. So was the Sunni shrine for Saddam Hussein's father in Tikrit. When Saddam's trial resumed today, his chief lawyers argued the violence was reason enough for another delay. The judge refused, and the 2 top lawyers walked out again. It was a bad time to leave. The prosecution presented its most conclusive evidence yet, a document authorizing the execution of more than 140 Shiites, signed by Saddam himself. Saddam's Sunni tribesmen feel they're being made to pay for the ex-dictator's sins against the Shiites, a reckoning that's proving hard to stop. Iraq's different religious and political leaders have been praying together, trying to lead the public by example.
In Baghdad and Washington, officials are warning further chaos in Iraq could prove catastrophic. Today, the U.S. National Intelligence Director said it could even provoke Mideast-wide conflict between Sunnis and Shiites and ultimately damage the war on terror worldwide. Kimberly Dozier, CBS News, Baghdad.
And next on the CBS Evening News from New Orleans, Lara Logan begins a special series of reports from a place where smart young Americans are suddenly finding high-tech jobs and plenty of excitement. India.
I'm so congested and I can't sleep.
She needs Nasonex. Nasonex relieves congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms. Ooh. Nasonex. Ooh. Nasonex.
Nasonex relieves congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms. Maybe that's why 4 million nasal allergy sufferers used Nasonex last year. Side effects were generally mild and included headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
A wise choice.
Nasonex treats congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms. Ask your doctor about Nasonex. Have you picked up your Nasonex refill? You should pick it up soon.
Time's wasting. So what are you waiting for?
Pick up your Nasonex refill today.
Nasonex.
The superior hold of Fix-It and Control, now combined with a blast of scope flavor for fresh breath. New Fix-It and Control plus scope flavor.
My name is Juwan, and I'm a Big Lots shopper.
Juwan's been trying to get me to go to Big Lots for 2 years.
Wow. This is why I've been trying to get you to come and see.
I like this.
Isn't it neat?
This is so great.
They're closed out. You can get it all covered in one store.
How is this possible? This is like a $200 product.
Where can you get brand name stuff for cheaper?
I don't know.
It was a success. I was successful. And I was right.
Yes.
Again.
Now, get this famous American brand of jeans. Closeout price, just $12 a pair. Save over 50%. Only at Big Lots.
It's frustrating. Just when you're ready to relax, you feel the compelling urge to move, along with hard-to-describe sensations in your legs. They can even keep you from getting to sleep. It's called restless leg syndrome, or RLS, a recognized medical condition. And for many, there's relief. Requip, the first and only FDA-approved prescription medication for restless leg syndrome. Requip helps relieve the symptoms of RLS. It can help you make peace with your legs. Requip may cause you to fall asleep or feel very sleepy during normal activities such as driving, or to faint or feel dizzy when you stand up. Tell your doctor if you experience these problems, or if you drink alcohol or are taking medicines that make you drowsy. Side effects include nausea, drowsiness, vomiting, and dizziness. Most patients were not bothered enough to stop taking Requip.
It's good to get comfortable again.
Ask your doctor about restless leg syndrome and if Requip is right for you, and help put RLS to rest.
If there were not enough controversy already about the deal that will have an Arab company running American ports, here is some more. An executive of the company, which is owned by the United Arab Emirates, appeared before Congress today and conceded the UAE does boycott Israel. President Bush, who is still defending the ports deal, is flying tonight to India on a 5-day trip that will also take him to Pakistan. The President and the First Lady left this afternoon on board Air Force One. They arrive tomorrow morning in New Delhi. After 2 days in the capital, they'll visit India's fifth largest city, Hyderabad. Then they will fly on to Islamabad in Pakistan. India's high technology capital is Bangalore, and that is where we began a special new series tonight, India, the Land of Contrast, reported by our chief foreign correspondent, Lara Logan.
This may not look like the new frontier in the high-tech revolution, but here in the ancient rural villages of southern India, amidst the chaos of crowded streets, is a bold new world that's turned India into a technology mecca, drawing big-name international companies and creating a few of their own.
You have a showcase.
Like India's software giant, Infosys.
Let's experience it.
This side.
Should I be afraid?
No, you should.
Infosys helps companies worldwide.
CFO Mohandas Pai says his company has seen extraordinary growth, going from 500 to 50,000 employees in just 12 years.
I remember reading when I was a young boy that people in the West told young people, go West, young man or young lady, right? now, it's go east.
Corporations like Infosys recognize that the key to luring foreign investors and workers to come east was to create companies on a par with any in the West.
This is our management council room. It has 130 seats.
It looks like the United Nations.
With over 40 office buildings, 2 gyms, basketball courts, a supermarket, and its own bank.
This is a pitching range for golf. We had the Japanese Prime Minister play golf here.
Infosys looks more like a resort spa than a company headquarters. Along with thousands of Indians who've traded in jobs overseas to come home, you may be surprised to learn who else is being drawn to India's answer to Silicon Valley. Increasing numbers of young Americans from elite U.S. colleges are coming to work for companies like this here in India, which has the world's second largest software industry. They say they get experience and opportunities here that they simply couldn't match at home. Winnie Sear set her sights on India as soon as she graduated from New York University and got a marketing job at Infosys.
There's so much opportunity for you here to contribute so much to any organization that you're a part of that you couldn't even imagine sitting in a cubicle in Manhattan or Chicago.
Young Americans here are working hard and living well. They may not always earn as much as they would in the U.S., but here the cost of living is much lower. If they really wanted to, they could eat 3 meals a day for $1. It's a huge cultural adjustment, but the thrill of adventure is part of the allure.
A lot of times I think of that saying they say about New York, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And I sort of feel that way about India. It's like, you can handle India, you can handle anywhere.
This is where everybody comes to be seen.
Eric Simonson is another American learning to handle India. He gave up his job in the U.S. to work for an investment banking firm in India's capital, Delhi.
You could get a good job, but then you'd have to wait for years to get your boss's job or the next job.
And here you're doing your boss's job already?
Here I'm doing my boss's job already.
So what would you say then to young Americans, that you might be trying to recruit?
Come to India.
Why?
Come to India, the future is here.
Hey, what's up?
A future that promises great opportunity for Americans willing to make the journey. Lara Logan, CBS News, Bangalore, India.
And Lara's series continues tomorrow with a look at the extreme contrast between life for young people at the top of Indian society and life for those at the very bottom. Coming up next on the CBS Evening News from New Orleans, Anna Nicole Smith appeals to the Supreme Court. Or does she?
If you have indoor or outdoor allergies, ask your doctor about something different. Singulair. While many allergy medicines block histamine, Singulair works differently by blocking leukotrienes, an underlying cause of allergy symptoms. And Singulair is approved to help relieve both indoor and outdoor allergy symptoms for a full 24 hours. Side effects are generally mild and vary by age and may include headache, ear infection, sore throat, and upper respiratory infection. Singulair, a different way to treat indoor and outdoor allergies.
When something is real, it shows.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the
Introducing new Just for Men. Its new True Color formula targets only gray, replaces it with subtle tones for a natural look.
So glad we got the
Real to the eye, real to the touch, real where it counts. New True Color Just for Men.
Running for local office takes all day, so my denture adhesive is Polygrip. It lets me eat and greet 16 hours.
The unique ooze control tip gives you less ooze, and you get 16-hour hold.
Polygrip gets my vote. Try it.
That's me, Andy. And it's my 10th day with Prilosec OTC. I love that it started to work on my frequent heartburn the first day. I can get zero heartburn for 24 hours with 1 pill a day. So what day are you on?
At GMAC Real Estate, we don't sell dream houses. We sell houses to people with dreams. So before asking high-rise or Victorian, we ask about your goals, your needs, and then commit to serving your needs in writing. People like this so much, they've given our premier service agents an overwhelming 94% satisfaction rating. So who are you? We want to know. GMAC Real Estate. Service you deserve, people you trust.
So you're saying he's a fairy?
Snack fairy.
Help! A little help! And he brought you gifts?
Yep. Brought these.
Fig Newtons. 100% whole grain?
They're good, actually.
Yep, they are good.
We love your cookies, sir. What?
Walk it off, Snack Fairy!
New 100% whole grain Fig Newtons from Nabisco.
Snack happy.
Google has been the darling of the stock market since the internet search engine went public a year and a half ago. So today, Wall Street got all shook up when Google's chief financial officer indicated the company's astronomical growth may be slowing. Google shares fell more than $27 or 7%. And the Dow Industrials lost 104 points today. U.S. Supreme Court is one of the great judicial bodies that the world has known, making decisions that have literally changed history. Well, today, before this court, which has decided such landmark cases as Marbury versus Madison, Brown versus the Board of Education, came Marshall versus Marshall, better known as the Anna Nicole Smith case. Here is Wyatt Andrews.
Once the sultry playmate, today the shy petitioner. Anna Nicole Smith came to the Supreme Court properly dressed in black.
Hi.
The model who usually craves the close-up, now waving cameras away.
Respect the court, please.
It's all about one very old husband and one remarkable claim. The claim that her 90-year-old oil-rich husband, J. Howard Marshall, promised her hundreds of millions before he died. The unlikely pair met when she was a stripper in this Houston club, and he was a rich retiree who liked to watch.
It was very special.
5 years ago in Texas, she testified their marriage was true love.
It wasn't a sexual baby, oh baby, I love your body type love. It was a deep thank you for taking me out of this hole.
Then, as she fought for his money, two courts collided. A Texas court gave her nothing. A federal court gave her $88 million. So the Marshall family, who had won in state court, argued the feds should butt out. But today, a few of the justices questioned why Smith shouldn't go to federal court to claim whatever she wants. Or as Justice David Souter put it, to just give me the money I would have had. Win or lose, give her credit. From stripper to playboy to grieving widow to cable queen, Anna Nicole Smith has always had an act. Now she's at the Supreme Court with millions at stake, and she may have a case. Wyatt Andrews, CBS News, Washington.
And coming up, some of the images that we have seen since we have been here in New Orleans. The good and the bad, in a minute.
Ira, listen to me. You're my agent. You have to believe me. I can't do it. Why? Because it hurts. I'm trying right now, and it's not working. We have to cancel the date. A leave? Sure, I'll try it.
Fortunately, just 2 Aleve have the strength to stop arthritis pain all day.
That's good news. That's Aleve.
The human body was designed to move. That's why Serenity developed a revolutionary fabric for their protective underwear that stretches in every direction to gently hug your body for a closer fit than the leading protective underwear. Serenity Discreet Activewear. You move, they move. You're protected. For a free sample, call 1-877-GET-TENA. Serenity from Tenna.
I'm so congested and I can't sleep.
She needs Nasonex. Nasonex relieves congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms. Ooh. Nasonex. Ooh. Nasonex.
Nasonex relieves congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms. Maybe that's why 4 million nasal allergy sufferers used Nasonex last year. Side effects were generally mild and included headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
A wise choice.
Nasonex treats congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms. Ask your doctor about Nasonex.
I'm ready to fight my cancer.
I'm ready to begin chemotherapy.
I really am ready because I'm going to take Neulasta right from the start to help protect me from infection.
Chemotherapy can reduce your white blood cell count and increase your risk of infection, which could put your treatment on hold. But Neulasta is a white blood cell booster that can help restore your white blood cell count to reduce your risk of infection. And with a sufficient white blood cell count, your doctor may have a better chance of giving you your chemo on schedule, which doctors agree is the first step to success. Neulasta is for most cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. In rare cases, splenic rupture or serious allergic reactions have been reported. Report abdominal or shoulder pain or any allergic reaction to your doctor immediately. The most common side effect of this injection is mild to moderate bone pain.
I'm ready to start.
I'm ready to fight.
I'm ready. Thanks to Neulasta.
Ask your doctor about Neulasta and how you can be ready for chemotherapy.
Coming up in just moments on News Channel 586, new information about the Perry and Arthur March case. A former lady friend of Arthur March could shed new light on the disappearance of Janet March.
This Mardi Gras season has been one of great contrast. Over the last 2 days, we've seen the unbelievable destruction wrought by Hurricane Katrina, but we've also seen the indestructible spirit of its people. So we leave you tonight with images of New Orleans captured for the most part by photographers from the New Orleans Times-Picayune. And that's it from the great city of New Orleans. I'm Bob Schieffer, CBS News. Happy Mardi Gras, and good night.
For news 24 hours a day, click on CBSNews.com. Brought to you in part by Walmart, where you can find everything you and your family need at everyday low prices. Walmart, always low prices, always.
This is CBS.
In India, you'll meet him tomorrow when our series India Land of Contrast continues. See why more people are watching the CBS Evening News with Bob Schieffer.
This is CBS.
Tonight, another person of interest in the March murder case, and it's someone with a romantic link to Arthur. The exclusive interview is coming up.
That's what, kept me alive.
And it's a first in Tennessee. A young patient at Vanderbilt receives a heartfelt gift that saved her life. A high school basketball team getting ready for a battle on the court while one of their team members fights for her life.
And the calendar may say the last day of February, but the temperatures look more like April. Still 67 degrees in Nashville. Your news begins now.
From your news and information leader, winner of the Emmy for News Excellence, this is News Channel 5 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. There's a new player tonight in the March murder case.
Investigators are talking with Arthur March's former girlfriend. They want to know what she remembers about Janet March's disappearance. News Channel 5's Nick Barris spoke exclusively to Barbara Smith. So I gather that she and Arthur dated for a while during this time period when Janet went missing.
Right around the mid-90s, Chris. Yeah. And that's what it sounds like. Smith says she was a very close friend of Arthur's when they did both live in Nashville. And she does